we're going to dial back the clock by about a week right now because I want to welcome back in Jennifer Richardson from Keep Tigertown Beautiful. Also want to welcome in Janice Owens. Ladies, welcome. How are you? Burdette, excuse me, Janice Burdette. Welcome. How are you?
Great. Doing well. Thank you.
Get that where we can pick you up on that. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. Start probably a little further back than we need to. Okay. Jennifer, bring everybody up to speed on what Keep Tigertown Beautiful is and how y'all got started and what you do.
Well, we are a very passionate group of litter warriors here in Baton Rouge. We got started about 2 years ago, and we just decided to start cleaning up the city. Mm-hmm. We wanted to be able to do something immediate, and so we just band together. I put it on Facebook. People came out, and 2 years later, it'll be 2 years in January. We've picked up to date. We picked up about 6,500 contractor bags, hundreds of tires, car parts, thousands of drug needles, and we are just getting warmed up.
How many contractor bags?
6,500.
That's a ridiculous number.
Yes.
That is
not a little garbage bag.
No.
Those body bags.
No. And now what we've been seeing lately is the latest iteration is having the garbage cans out and about throughout Baton Rouge.
Yeah. We put about 80 trash cans out. We've had local people, local businesses that have donated those cans to us. Mm-hmm. We have to maintain those ourselves. Mm-hmm. But we do. We do it with style and grace. We get out there and, early in the morning, and we're every day we do a cleanup every single day, every morning at mm-hmm. It could be between 6 and 8 o'clock, just depending. And while we're in those areas, we change out our trash cans. And we are doing a banged up job with that, because you can see if you're driving down the side of the road and you see a big pile of black contractor bags, just know that we've been there. And on the sides of our trash cans where we have to maintain them, we leave the bags there too. So,
where were y'all at today?
Well, this morning I'm on the Brian Haldane show.
Now I'm gonna feel bad because I'm keeping y'all from doing your work.
But fear not. All right. Right after I leave here, I'll be notifying my group where we're getting ready to go. So, looks like Acadian might be our target area this afternoon.
Okay. All right. Good looking out. Janice, let's get you involved here. How did you first hook up with Keep Tigertown Beautiful?
Well, a friend of mine works with Jennifer, and I was working full-time at the time, but she would say, I know how passionate you are about the trash in the city. Mm-hmm. She said, you need to meet Jennifer. She started a group about picking up trash in the city. So when I retired, semi-retired, the beginning of the year, after several months, I started meeting the group, and I am hooked. I have been complaining about trash in the city, and I'm sure my friends and coworkers are sick of my complaining. So I put my complaining into action.
Well, I mean, it's a different complaint once you've got action behind it, though, isn't it? I mean, yes. it's a different level of passion, yeah. And it's a different level of accountability as well. That brings us up to what went down. Was this last Wednesday? Yeah, obviously Thursday was Thanksgiving. I don't think y'all would have been out on Thanksgiving. I hope not. But last Wednesday, you had an interesting find. Tell us about it.
As I was exiting the interstate eastbound onto Bluebonnet to meet the group at a parking area, I noticed an inordinate amount of trash. Mm-hmm. Of course, that might be redundant. There's always a lot of trash. And I said, well, that's going to be my target. So after we unloaded, and there was a new member joining the group, and so she and I teamed up. So we went to that exit, and so I went all the way to the start of the exit ramp, and the other person went down below. So about 15 minutes into picking up trash, I was right on the shoulder, and there are always various car parts and metal objects.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And so I saw this metal object, and I thought, this looks like a gun. But I was a little incredulous. And I didn't have my phone with me. I don't usually bring my phone.
Right.
And I was far away from the car, so I just carefully placed it into the litter wagon, pointing away from me.
Of course.
And we picked up trash. And then once we finished, we got several bags and put them in the designated area. And I got to the car and I put my stuff up, and then I took a picture of it and sent it to Jennifer. Well, before that, I sent it to a couple of doctors I work with.
Okay.
And I said, look what I found. And they said, you call the police. And I said, okay, I will.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I sent a picture to Jennifer. And I think she didn't see it right away because I was on my way back to my house for Thanksgiving to meet my friends, my family. And she said, oh, the police are in the parking lot. Can you come back? So I did. So I went back, and the sheriff got the gun and said it was the magazine was loaded backwards.
Loaded backwards.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that would make a gun very ineffective. What have we learned about the gun? I mean, were they kind of forthcoming with information about what you actually found?
no, I don't really know.
Okay.
I think it was on television that it was not registered with anyone. So that's the last
wasn't.
I know.
They said it wasn't stolen, so I don't know. That's all the information.
It doesn't
that
make
they had.
sense. But
Okay.
It's some kind of automatic weapon. It's, you know, it's a serious gun. I think you can't buy those in like just a regular gun store.
Yeah, the extended magazine from the pictures that were on there, the extended magazine definitely looked modified, to say the least. So they said it wasn't stolen. Did they give you any other information on it as far as like maybe connected to a crime in the area or anything like that?
hopefully they're still investigating it.
This is our second gun we found.
Okay, that's where I was going next, because you know, as much as litter is a problem in Baton Rouge, it's never going to be the top priority because crime is a problem as well. Right. And what we're finding now is the convergence of these two worlds through what y'all are doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Walk me through the other story.
Okay, so another one of my litter warriors, Debbie Carbo, we call her the Belle of Bluebonnet, was walking along Bluebonnet, and she found a pink handgun, and it was loaded.
Okay.
So she took it to the police station, and they investigated and found out that the person that owned the gun was a female, and she, the story was she was abusive to her boyfriend. So the boyfriend got scared and threw the gun in the woods. That's the story, but who knows what the real story is. But anyway, that gun was turned in, and we find weapons all. Oh gosh, I have a bucket of weapons at my house that are like homemade weapons. That we see. Machetes, scissors that are, you know, ice pick, big all those ice picks. I've got a whole bucket of those weapons that we found on the side of the road, along with drug needles. I mean, the sins of the city.
Oh my goodness.
Are on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea when I just went out to pick up, you know, litter, that we were going to see all this, you know, criminal behavior and porn and drug needles and in the parks where we're sending our children to play. You cannot let your kid just jump out of the car and run to the park anymore. You got to be careful, you know, what they see and what they step on and what they pick up. And, you know, so people need to know that.
The difference between a pink handgun and what Janice found is a world of difference, because one feels like it would be for personal protection. Right. The other, if you've seen the pictures of this weapon, the other is definitely not just your, you know, keeping a locked gun safe at home sort of gun. Right. So I'm curious to see if and when the sheriff's office can connect this to a crime, running ballistics on whatever, if it would be connected to a crime. Interesting that the magazine was loaded backwards.
Well, that and that it was thrown. It looked like it had been thrown out of the window. You know, like they were in pursuit. Somebody may have been in pursuit of them, and they were getting rid of the gun, or maybe, you know, they were high on something, couldn't get the gun to work, threw it out the window. Who knows?
Both of those are possible. Yeah, I would guess. Yeah, from an investigation standpoint, would there be any records of a pursuit in that area that you could connect that back to? And I'm sure the sheriff's office is working on all of that. Honestly, though, I'm a little surprised the number is only 2 when it comes to the guns.
Me too. Well, I'm sure we'll find a body one day. We're waiting on that. But, you know, with all the weapons we find, it's, you know, razor blade, knives, you know, just I think the people on the street are using those items for protection or for other purposes. But
yeah, and it's a sad commentary, but that's almost to be expected, really.
Right.
If you're living on the street, you would be without other protection.
Yes.
Yeah, the drug needles at this point, I think we all just accept that as, that's just the way it is. That being said, though, y'all are starting to see some headway.
Oh, yeah. We get comments all the time. I can't believe how clean the city looks. It's starting to really look great. And it does look great. And then the trucks come in and spew litter all over the place when these trucks are not protected, when they don't have tarps over them. Other trucks that are just spewing litter when they're on the interstate. Everybody's seen it on the highways on the way to the dump and down the interstate. It's not litter that normal people would be throwing out of their car. It's, like water bag bottles, the wrapping for water.
Yeah, like if you buy a case of water, that plastic wrap that goes around it. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. You see all that kind of stuff. And, it's not just coming because somebody just threw it out their car window.
Right.
So
right.
we got to get a grip on that. That is a tremendous problem right now.
Janice, let's go back to you for just a minute with finding the gun. When you contacted the sheriff's office, what was that interaction like? What was were they helpful, questioning? Because obviously you're not going to have a whole lot of background information for them.
Well, I circled back around to the parking lot because the sheriff's vehicle was parked in the parking lot, and met us there. Were they helpful? Yes, they said, they inspected it, but they didn't really say much after that.
Okay. I didn't know if they were pepper you with questions, like where did you find them?
They just they got my name, number, and picture of a copy of my driver's license.
Okay, cool deal. What's next for Keep Tigertown Beautiful?
Well, we are now a nonprofit. We have crossed over to the nonprofit world so that we can get donations to buy us a utility van. We are desperate for a utility van for daily because we're out there daily and our numbers are tremendous. More and more people are joining us, and we need more and more supplies, and we want to put out more and more trash cans. But that's what we're working on right now, is trying to get a utility van for us. We're going to be in the Broadmoor Parade this Saturday at 11 o'clock. There's a Christmas parade in the Broadmoor subdivision on Woodwood. And then in Old Town Baton Rouge around McKinley, we'll be giving out canned fruit, and to the people over there. But that's what we're working on right now. And we're trying to get everybody to please give the people you love a reusable water bottle for Christmas, because we pick up hundreds of thousands of plastic, and it is getting worse and worse. And they can't recycle all this stuff.
So yes, absolutely. The reusable water bottle, be sure. And if you need one, just come to my house, because